2 or 3 years ago, whenever I first read and seen on news or whatever that you had banned Muslims and neo-Nazis from your gun range, I said right then and there, this woman needs to run for governor. And the day you announced you did, I was so happy. And I'm going to vote for you twice. I'm going to vote for you in May 22nd, and I'm going to vote for you in November.
You know, the Muslim thing is probably what the Democrats will use to try to stomp me into the ground. But I think what they don't understand about Arkansans is that the majority of the people in this state agree with me. Yeah, that's right. It's the wrong issue to be making the issue. So, does anybody want to hear from me on that issue? Would you like to hear, so that if anybody asks you about that when you're on the campaign trail, you'll know how to answer them? Let me tell you what led up to that decision. Of course, I own an indoor shooting range. First of all, my range, I made it a private club on day one, rather than a public accommodation facility. Why? Because people in my facility are handling lethal weapons within a couple of feet of each other. And I want to control the clientele. I don't want just anyone walking in off the street and me having to allow them to shoot regardless of what I'm feeling at that moment about that person and their ability to handle a firearm safely. I wanted the right at any time to turn away anyone for any reason or no reason at all, which I have done. I've turned away people from all different walks of life, all kinds of races. It's about the safety and security of the people who are members of my facility. And that's what that was about initially. And when I told the media, which they didn't want to report all this, they just wanted to call me a racist and a bigot. Well, first of all, Islam is not a race.
Right.
I mean, you know, right, it's not a race. You can be white, blonde hair, blue-eyed and be an Islamist. Okay. But here's what had happened in the year that led to me making that decision. That year was the year that we had had the most terrorist attacks thwarted by the FBI in American history. That was the year when we had had 2 women in Oklahoma, just across the state border. One of them was beheaded by an Islamic terrorist, and he was well on his way to slicing off the head of another woman when a good guy with a gun came in and saved the day. We had just had 2 terrorist attacks in different states around us, committed by Islamic terrorists who had trained at gun ranges in their area to learn the skills they needed to then turn around and go out and kill innocent American people. So, with those things in mind, and the fact that the FBI had just paid me a visit, media didn't want to tell anybody about this either, but I got a call from the counterterrorism unit of the Federal Bureau of Investigation on my cell phone. Now imagine this, folks, you're laying in bed with your husband, 8 o'clock in the morning, and your cell phone goes off, and you're looking at it, and it's just 0000000. And I was like, I showed it to my husband. I said, oh my gosh, who is this? He said, well, answer it. So I answered. I said, hello. And this voice said, Jan Morgan? I said, yes. He said, this is Special Agent Chris McCaslin of the Counterterrorism Unit of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Wondering if we might can meet with you sometime today and talk. Well, I just started laughing. I thought it was a joke. I pulled the phone in my ear and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy says he's with the FBI. Okay, I said, okay, so who is this really? And he said, this is Special Agent Chris McCaslin of the Counterterrorism Unit of the FBI. If you kindly agreed to meet with us today, we'd be glad to show you my credentials. Also, the supervisor of the Counterterrorism Unit would like to meet with you. And I said, oh, you have my cell phone number? And then I said, oh, how silly of me. Of course you have my cell phone number. You got my cell phone number, my emails, my Facebook, my text messages, my pictures, everything. And I said, is this how these things work? You're asking me? That means I have a choice? I thought you guys normally come barreling in your black SUVs and shut down the place and demand time. And he said, well, no, we'd like to meet with you at the Sheriff's Department, if that's okay. And I said, do I need a bail bond? He said, no, ma'am. I said, can my husband come? And he said, actually, we would like for him to come too. We would like to speak with him as well. Can you imagine this? So we go down to the Sheriff's Department, we go in, they show us their credentials, we sit down, and these 2 guys proceeded to look at me like I'm a dead person walking, with these grave expressions on their faces. And look at my husband, and they say, Miss Morgan, ISIS is in Arkansas. They have targeted one of our soldiers' sons who is dropping bombs on ISIS targets in Syria. He had tweeted back to his wife. ISIS intercepted the tweet. Now they're in Arkansas after his wife and his little boy. And now, because of what you've been doing politically, to try to educate people about civilization, jihad, and Islamic terrorism. I was co-hosting a show at that time, a radio show called America Akbar, with a counterterrorism expert. And he said, you are now on their hit list. You are on their target of opportunity list. And I said, okay. And he looked at my husband and said, sir, do you understand what this means? We cannot protect you. We are overwhelmed. We're working over 900 cases. We cannot protect you. And I said,